Hi guys, welcome back to Hair Dry Treatment with me, Soph. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera having a chat with you guys. Obviously a massive game today at Old Trafford, United against Liverpool. Not sure how I feel about it, if I'm totally honest with you. Obviously, gut instinct is to think that we're going to get absolutely battered by a Liverpool team who are doing absolutely fantastic this season. Of course, we're underperforming under Ollie. There's a lot of people who are questioning whether he's the right guy. A lot of people are questioning the way that we're playing at the minute. And I just think it's a really big game today on a lot of levels. I think a lot of people believe it could be Ollie's last game. It's hard to judge him against Liverpool, I agree. However, we could end up in a relegation zone today. And that is massively concerning as obviously as a United fan. Now, of course, you look at the teams on paper, there's only one outcome of this game really. Liverpool should hammer us. They should. But for me, games like this, form goes out the window. United against Liverpool, obviously a massive rivalry, a game that goes back a long, long way. And I know I might have egg on my face after saying this, but I actually feel a bit positive. Discreetly, I feel a bit positive about this game. And that's because, like I say, form goes out the window. If United players can't step up and can't fight for the badge against Liverpool, then for me, they're not worthy of that badge at all. And a lot of people are already saying that a lot of people do not believe that the players deserve the badge. And I completely agree with that. I think the players have to take a lot of responsibility for what's happening at the club. Yes, Ollie's tactics and his substitutions, etc., do need to be questioned. But these players have failed many managers before Ollie, and that's where I come into this. I think the players need to take a lot of flack for it. Yes, I agree that Ollie deserves to be questioned for where we are in the table and the way that we're playing at the minute. And like I say, he makes his substitutions far too late. He's playing players like Pereira on the right-hand side, but he's obviously not a right-hand-sided player. So, yes, I do agree that Ollie does take some blame as well, of course. But for me, if you're a United player and you cannot step up to the plate and you cannot fight for the badge against Liverpool, then what's the point in you even playing for United in the first place? This is the biggest game, the biggest rivalry, and this is one that we should be up for, definitely. And today will prove that. Today will prove if we have got that in our locker, if we have got the balls to fight for the badge, we have got the spirit. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big game. Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the comments. Dugout, hi, I hope you're well. Give me your prediction for the game, because obviously you're a Liverpool fan, so I'll be really interested to see what you've got to say about it. Are Liverpool fans coming into this game feeling really confident, or are they feeling a bit nervous because it's Manchester United? And like I say, form goes out the window in a game like this. Thunderhawk Gaming says, evening Sophie from Australia. I'm saying a 1-0 win, confident we can get something out of the game. Liverpool can't win at Old Trafford. Yeah, exactly. Been at Old Trafford as well, hoping that the fans get behind them. Let's face it, it's been a bit of a library of late. We haven't got much to be cheering about. Fans need to get behind the team today. We need to get behind the team, get behind Ollie. And like I say, you never know what's going to happen in this kind of game. But I am feeling a bit nervous, of course. And like I say, on paper, realistically, we should get absolutely battered today. I'm just hoping that this whole cliche of form goes out the window in games like this, I'm hoping that does come true today. Dan says, if we lose, are we genuinely in a relegation scrap? Yes, we are. We are. I've seen some tweets saying, would it be a good thing if we actually went down this season? Would it actually be for the greater good? Talking like I'm in Hot Fuzz right now. But would it be good if we went down? Would that give us the kick up the bum that we all need at United at the minute? I mean, it's a really interesting point. If you think about it, we can't keep continuing in the same mould, scraping Europa, scraping Champions League, because realistically, we're not good enough to be there. This is just papering over the cracks, and today I think it's really hit home. That United family says, big game today. I'm hoping we defend, stay compact, and nick a goal when we can. Dan James on the counter-attack could be massive for us today. I completely agree with that. We're obviously going to have long periods where we're soaking up pressure. And I think it's going to be a counter-attacking game for us. We know we struggle when teams sit in against us. I don't think Liverpool are going to do that today. They're going to come at us. And that could play in our hands, like I say, with someone like Dan James on the counter-attack. It could be really interesting. And Meg kind of goes with that. She says, feels like we'll play it in an away game, soak up their possession and hit them on the attack if we can play flowing football. I agree. A bit like the goal against Arsenal. Obviously, McTominay scored the good goal. But we counter-attack with Dan James's pace. He's unplayable when he's running at players like that. He is literally unplayable, and he'll be our biggest weapon today. So it depends on how Liverpool are going to play it. They're going to have the majority of the ball, let's face it. And I think it's going to be a bit different for us. We used to be in the team that have got the ball. We're not going to have much of the ball today, and that might just play in our hands because, let's face it, we're not good enough on the ball. We're not creative enough, and we're relying on Liverpool's mistakes, us nicking the ball and then countering. And I think that could play in our hands. I really do. Nothing more change with Ollie out. The problem is with the attitude of the players. I do think there's a mentality issue there. I completely agree with that. We have no balance to the team. Our shape is basically an L, defence and left side, nothing else. L metaphorically as well, I'd agree with that. I think tactically we looked inept, which is why a lot of people are turning on Ollie right now. We look like we've got one plan, and if that plan doesn't happen, we haven't got a backup. Again, you have to turn to the quality of the squad as well. We haven't got a quality of squad. We haven't got depth on the bench to choose from. We're relying on young players, a lot of pressure on their young shoulders as well. I think it's going to be a really, really intriguing game, and I think tactically, Ollie has got to be very, very clever with this one. Dougate says also I think United will set up defensively and we will need to have a period where we try and break it down. You could definitely catch us on the counter, but if we get an early goal, then I feel we will win. Yeah, I think if you get an early goal, then obviously you can then afford to sit back, relax as such, because we're not going to break it down. So yeah, I think United need to defend definitely as a unit. We need to keep Liverpool out, basically. Liverpool going forwards, we all know what they're capable of. I think it's going to be a role reversal game. I think it's going to be that Liverpool with the ball, us trying to break on them. That's the way that I see it panning out. Meg says, I want to see the passion, the aggression that players like Rooney, Rio, Vidic used to bring. Don't mind a few yellows today. Exactly, Meg. I said that. I said, if you're a United player and you cannot be up for it today when you're playing against Liverpool, then what's the point in you even being there? This is the ultimate game. This is the ultimate rivalry. As fans, this is like the game that makes your hair stand up, the game that gives you goosebumps. A lot of fans today are feeling sick because we're so nervous about this game. And if, as a player, you can't rise to that, then for me, that just speaks volumes. And that really does strike worrying for me, for the mentality of the players that we've already mentioned. We think there's something not quite right there because of failed previous managers as well. I think it's going to be really, really, really interesting. Paul says, hi, Soph, we've got to turn up today. I would take a draw right now. I'm twitching like a rabbit's nose. But we're at home, we shouldn't be saying I'll take a draw, but that's exactly the mindset that we're in at the moment and the situation that we're in. We're simply not good enough, and we'd take a draw at home against Liverpool. Where else would you say that was acceptable as a United fan? And you just wouldn't, and it just shows how poor we are this season. Piston Header says, Fabinho will be the barrier. If we pass through him, we will win today. Very good point. Yeah, I think Fabinho is fantastic. Obviously, a lot of United fans wanted him at Old Trafford before he went to Liverpool. You are right. I think he's definitely underrated in their midfield. He's one to look out for today as well because it depends who we're going to play in the middle. McTominay, Matic. Obviously, we've got no Pogba. Matic, I believe, was a doubt as well. So what we're going to play in that midfield because that battle in the middle of today is going to be really interesting. Liverpool have got battlers. Liverpool have got technical players, but they've also got battlers. And at the minute, we seem to be lacking a bit of both, if we're being brutally honest with it. I think we will lose, and then Allegri will be our next manager. There's obviously pictures of Allegri with Ebra recently, and people believe that is going to be happening at United very soon. We shall see. But Allegri is a very defensive manager, and people don't really like defensive football at Old Trafford. So I'll be interested to see how it pans out. But people believe that this could be the final nail in Ollie's coffin today. Hence the title of the video, Will Ollie Walk Alone? Or are we going to get behind him and the team? And like I say, are we actually going to surprise people today? Are we going to get a result against Liverpool? Hi Paul, hope you're good. Rashford really needs to turn up today after the way he played against Bulgaria. Yeah, I think that goal that Rashford scored, great goal. I think that will give him a boost of confidence. I'm hoping he brings that into today's game. And Rashford being a local lad, he's one of the ones that you'd have to say needs to step up today against Liverpool. He will feel that rivalry more than most players on the pitch today. And he needs to show that. He really does. We all know Rashford, when he's on form, when he has got the bit between his teeth, he can make things happen. He can be unplayable at times. You just do not see it enough. And I'm hoping that we see it today. And I'm hoping, like you say, that goal against Bulgaria does give him a bit of confidence. William Smith says 1 point off relegation. Time to bring in Big Sam. Ollie has no clue what he's doing. He hasn't got any more meaningful experience than the average Joe that's been watching football for the last decade. So we've got a Big Sam fan in at United there, says William. Ollie needs to drop his arrogance at pressers. Yeah, Ollie's press conferences, good point. He does annoy me in his press conferences because he talks like everything is all bright, everything is all sunny at Old Trafford. We need to address the problems, mate. He seems deluded. He seems absolutely deluded the way he talks. Obviously, it could all to be mind games. He has a little dig about title towards Liverpool and stuff and towards Klopp. I'm hoping it's just mind games and it pays off. If it doesn't, then he makes himself look a fool. Paul says, good luck on my match today. Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, I don't normally wear this, obviously, attire unless I'm playing a game. I've got a match very shortly. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Well, it was Jose's last game when he lost 3-1 at Anfield and he got sacked. So it might be Ollie, says Jack. It might well be. It might well be. Mark says, in Ollie we trust. Come on, United fans, get behind Ollie. I completely agree with that. Like I say, the fans should be up for it today. And that then should transfer to the players. And I agree the players should already be up for it anyway. It's Liverpool. But we definitely need that backing from the fans. Ramin says, Soph, how would you react if Firmino starts dancing around your defence? Firmino, for me, is quality. I think he's an absolute baller. If he starts dancing around our defence, well, what can I say about that? You're just mugging us off even more, rubbing salt into the wounds, as you like to call it. But you know what? We deserve that at the minute with the way that we're performing. And I'm hoping today it doesn't get to that point. I'm hoping that Dan James is dancing around your defence rather than Firmino around ours. Maximum effort is the minimum requirement today. There can be no excuses regardless of the result. 1-1 for me. Exactly. Fight for the badge. Show some passion. I do not care if technically we are poor on the ball today, as long as we're showing a bit of grit and a bit of determination and flying into tackles, showing a bit of heart for Manchester United. At the end of the day, it's our biggest rivalry. We need to get out there and we need to be at it from the off. Because if you're not, let's face it, Liverpool can embarrass us today. That is a possibility. We could be embarrassed today massively. If we are, I do believe that'll be Ollie's time up. But we need to be at it. I think if we don't give them time on the ball, if we pressurise them, if we press as a team, we get stuck in, we make people like Firmino not want to touch the ball because they're going to get absolutely clattered, then that's the kind of thing that I want to see today from United. Have we got characters in our team who are willing to do that? That is obviously something that we're going to find out today. As a Juventus fan, I know a lot about Allegri. If he becomes United manager, he's excellent in club football. In Europe, you might have trouble. Thank you, Peter, for that insight. It's good to speak to obviously people who support Juventus and people who've seen a lot more than Allegri because we know him as the previous Juventus manager. We haven't seen that much of him really, though. So it's good to hear your insight. Josh said I'd have Max Allegri tomorrow, but this fan base wouldn't let it. Let's be honest. You know what? For me, whatever's best for the club, whatever is best for the club. And I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, you know what, I was all for Ollie coming in. It was emotional. I got sucked into that. But now he's making me question my judgment because we haven't seemed to progress. Ollie needs to go back to the way that he was playing when he first took over. That was like a full sense of security for all us fans. We thought we were going to be playing attacking football, high press, and we've gone back to playing that lack of creativity, slow, dismal, sideways football, not taking risks. And that's where I'll hold my hands up and say, yes, I did believe Ollie was the guy, but that was when he was playing the football that obviously was exciting, and we've changed. We're not playing that anymore. And is that down to him? Is that down to the players? For me, it's a bit of both. It really is. Any thoughts on the Saudi takeover? I was going to discuss that. Obviously, there's rumours of a £3 billion takeover from a Saudi family. How would you guys in the chat feedback? How would you guys feel about that? Because right now, obviously, we all want Glazers out. We know that they're obviously a big part of the problems that we've got. If the Saudis take over, is that all our problems then solved? Is that the right thing? What do you guys think about that? For me, I want the Glazers out, of course. I know a lot of us want to cling on to that history. We don't want United to become a bit like City where we just buy players, buy the league. But let's face it, we've got to move with the times as well. If we don't invest, look at Wolves right now. They invested and then look how well they're doing. If we don't invest, we're going to fall further and further behind because sadly, that's the way that football has gone. So for me, I'd be up for a takeover. Whether it be a Saudi takeover, I'm not sure, but I definitely want the Glazers out. And I think it's really, really interesting to see what you guys think. Obviously, the fan opinion is the whole point of my channel. I want to see what you guys think. On the whole, are we up for the Saudi takeover or are we not? And I will be really intrigued to see what you guys say about it. Will Young be able to handle Salah? He did pocket him before, but for me, Ashley Young is now past it. Like I say, he's had a fantastic career, but for me, he's past it now. I think he'll struggle this season. But then again, I will also say that I have not been that impressed with Salah this season as well. I think Mane and Firmino have been carrying that front line a little bit. I think them two have been absolutely unplayable. Salah, for me, hasn't actually been that good this season. But you watch, he'll turn up today at Old Trafford and do an absolute masterclass because that's what Salah does. Big games, he definitely scores big goals and he performs. The dugout says, I'm going into this game with a thought that it's going to be a tight game. I don't think we will hammer you. I do feel we'll win some interesting battles. For example, Trent Alexander-Arnold against James, Mane against Wan-Bissaka, Firmino against Maguire. Yeah, I think it's a massive test for our backline today. Obviously, defensively, we've actually been not too bad this season. And it'll be interesting. Lindelof, of course, didn't play recently. I think he'll come straight back in today. But Luke Shaw, rumoured to be back for the left-back position. I think a late fitness test was what was said. Luke Shaw, for me, again, I think there's a mentality issue there. I feel sorry for him. He had that break leg, that leg break attack challenge. Obviously, that for me has kind of ruined his career. I think he never looks fully confident going into anything, going into a challenge, whether it's flying forwards. He never looks fully confident on the ball anymore. And it's a shame because I think there's so much potential there, but I genuinely think that injury has ruined him a little bit. And of course, I know there is potential and I hope that he breaks back into that, but he just never seems fully confident for me. I'm not agreeing with all these fat comments and stuff like that. That aside, I genuinely believe that he's lacking confidence in everything that he does on the football pitch. And it's understandable with the nature of the challenge that he obviously experienced as well. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If not, it's going to be Ashley Young. And like you've already said, Salah against Young will be an interesting battle. But do you think that United players will care about passion they're getting? They're getting their 200k a week, and so passion comes second, I'm afraid. Jack, that seems, that seems the way of football right now. Which is why I'm saying Rashford and local players like that, realistically, this should mean something today to them. But then again, he was asking for stupid money as well. Money just seems to be ruining the game. It's just the way it is. But I'm hoping, like I say, if you can't get up for a Man United Liverpool game, then there's something massively wrong there, definitely. Why would you change your style? That's why Laudrup would be a good right replacement. Brilliant player and was schooled by Cruyff. The Swans miss him. Sacking Ollie is the solution. Don't give him more transfers to fix the squad. So I think that Rooney is saying that Ollie needs to go. Do not give him any more money. He's had his time. His time is up. I don't fully agree with that. I think the three signings that Ollie has made have been fantastic. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, James, for me, have all been really positive signings. And I think they're the three bright sparks, really, of our season, if you can pick any. So I think it's harsh to say don't give him any more money. But the time, obviously, is a big issue because if we're in a relegation battle, United shouldn't be there, let's face it. Our style is worrying. We do not look like we're creating goals in open play. We're really struggling, and that's where Ollie comes under scrutiny. But I think that the signings that he's made have been very good. Definitely, we definitely massively missed not signing a creative midfielder, and a striker, of course, to replace Lukaku. And I think that's definitely coming to the front now. But Martial apparently is going to be back today. Whether he's fit enough to start, we shall see. But I think that is a big boost, definitely, for our front line. And of course, he loves playing against Liverpool. He's had a magical moments against Liverpool already. Let's hope he can do that again today. But again, it's that feeling of relying on a bit of individual brilliance. As a team, we're not good enough. We're hoping that someone individual can produce a bit of magic, and it shouldn't be that way. It definitely shouldn't be like that. Rami says, "So do you watch the unofficial pundit? Massive United fan on the football terrace. He's funny. I have seen the unofficial pundit. Yeah, he is very, very funny. He definitely gets a lot of people's backs up with some of the stuff he says, and I'm all for that. So yeah, I have seen a bit of the unofficial pundit. Very, very good. Should have kept Lukaku, but United fans turned on him. Yeah, you know what, Lukaku, look, I've said many things about Lukaku. For me, he didn't work hard enough. He looked like he put a lot of weight on. His first touch was abysmal, but at the same time, we didn't give him good enough service. We didn't create many chances, and we're lacking getting rid of him now and not replacing him, definitely. And I said he would score goals in Italy. He's gone to Italy, and he's starting to do that, definitely. At the end of the day, he's a goal scorer. We didn't play to his potential. We didn't play to his strengths. And that's what happens. That's what happens. You can't blame Lukaku for leaving. I mean, look, how many chances have we made this season, realistically? Nowhere near enough. And you can see why he'd be frustrated as well. But at the same time, it's link-up play, and that was just simply not good enough as well. Megan says, if Martial is fit, start him. Not on the bench. No point bringing him on if we're 3-0 down and it's too late. They'll shut up shop, get him on the pitch and start at pace. I completely agree. For me, I'd start Rashford out wide. I think Rashford realistically is a winger. Put Rashford out wide, Martial through the middle. Martial can cause nightmares for their back four. If he's fit enough to be on the bench, for me, he's fit enough to start, and I'll put him right in. Martial, like I say, he's had good moments against Liverpool. For me, he'll be up for this game. Yes, he might be a bit sloppy and a bit sluggish. He hasn't really played, but for me, if Martial is fit, you put him there because he's the only goal scorer we have got. So you put him in there, and I completely agree with Meg. I think he can cause nightmares for their back four. The dugout says, I think Alisson will be back for us today. We've got to have a shot on target to even test Alisson, to be fair, which isn't looking very likely given our previous, but let's hope that it changes today. Although this season isn't going good, we need to give Ollie back. Give Ollie time, and we should be back to the glory days. He just needs to go back to the 4-3-3. I do agree that Ollie needs to change his style back to what he did when he first took over. For whatever reason, he hasn't, and we're trying to put players in positions that definitely do not fit, i.e. Pereira. Pereira, for me, he's been doing all right on the right-hand side, but he's definitely a player who should be playing in the 10. If he's dying to play Pereira so much, play him in the 10 because that's where he will be best. Jack says, is Fred injured? Flintstone, as I like to call him. I don't think he's injured. No, I think he's in the squad. If he is injured, then God knows who we're playing in the middle. I think he isn't injured. He's fit. But like I say, Flintstone, for me, I'm not impressed by Fred at all, to be honest with you. I think he had one good game PSG away, but other than that, I think he loses the ball too much. He's sloppy in possession. He switches off a lot of the time as well. There's got to be a player in there. We paid 50 million for him. Apparently Pep wanted him at City, so there must be a player in there, but he's yet to come out. Unless Pep has absolutely mugged us off. And again, mind games, acting like he wanted him when really he knew that he was poor. We shall see, but Fred Flintstone is fit as far as I know. Steve says, will your team win today? If you're referring to my team, we've got Leamington today. We beat them last season, hoping that we get the win again. Hopefully get on the score sheet again as well. I'm up for it today. I think it's because I'm feeling nervous about this Man United Liverpool game, so my game's in front of that one. I just want to get it out of the way. So I'm up for it today. Fred is a flop, harsh words, but the bitter truth. He's been a flop so far. Definitely. And people said he needs more chances. He's been having chances of late, and for me, he still hasn't impressed me. But you are throwing him into a team that is underperforming and playing very poor as well. It's not a good moment for him to be chucked in, is it? But £50 million player, you expect more from him, definitely. So for a hat-trick, I heard... Meg, I hope I get a hat-trick. I would love to be talking about a hat-trick later on. And also a United win. What a Sunday that would be. So if I said Liverpool versus United, who's better, Gerrard or Scholes? Hint, the answer is Gerrard. Scholes is my idol. No way will I ever say Gerrard is better. Gerrard was better than Lampard, but Scholes for me is the best midfielder. Guys in the chat, join in with that. Who was better, Gerrard or Scholes? Scholes is my definite answer. Nobody can ever talk me out of it. Scholes was my idol. Let me know what you guys think of that comparison there, because Ramian seems to think Gerrard was better. Ramian is a Liverpool fan now. I'd also say that. I think that Pepper's mugged you off saying he wanted it to sign him, but knew it was crap. Yeah, I genuinely think that as well. Sully says, do not be nervous, lady. We already know the Liverpool are going to slap us. Good news that Ollie will be gone. So no positivity there from Sully. You can't help but feel a bit positive as a United fan when this game's up. Regardless of how poor we are, you can't help but get excited and think, you know what if this happens? Or what if we beat Liverpool? What if this happens? So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And like I say, I'm got a sneaky little niggling feeling that form goes out the window in this kind of game, and we're going to surprise a few people. And I might have egg on my face for saying that, but that is my opinion. Mark says, Scholes 11 league titles, Gerrard zilch. Scholes, end of story. No way I'll put a Liverpool player ahead of a United player. So it's not even because of the rivalry. Like, if you look at Liverpool's players now, you've got to turn around and say, look, Van Dijk is way better than Maguire, for example. Like, I'll openly say that. But for me, there's no competition. Scholes, he was the best English midfielder regardless. And I'll never say Gerrard. I think Gerrard was better than Lampard. I think that's more of a comparison. But not better than Scholes. Not better than Scholes. So for my team is Romero, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Young. We say a centre back there. Young, Fred, McTominay, James, Rashford, Martial. I would have to have De Gea in goal if he's fit, but obviously if he's not, yeah, Romero looks like a start. But you know what? What a backup we have in Romero. Let's face it, we've got a good backup keeper there. Has he really let us down before? No. So yeah, I'm up for that. I think Romero will be fine. Of course, De Gea is a great insurance policy to have, but if he's not fit, don't force it, because he could be out for the season, and we don't want that, definitely. I just do not trust these players. When the going gets tough, they bottle it. First goal is absolutely crucial. If they score first, it's a write-off. I would agree with that, because then Liverpool's flank can change. They do not need to come at us. They can sit in, they can relax, and then they can just hit us on the break, because we won't be able to break them down. They'll nick the ball and they'll counter on us. I mean, we all know what they've got going forwards, and I think that's the way it'll go, which is why we need to score the first goal. Just says Romero is solid, to be fair, although I do remember Swansea away once he was awful. Yeah, that's the worst game I've ever seen from Romero. We've had games like that with De Gea. Probably not quite that bad, but you know what I mean. He's had his own wobbles as well. Romero, on the whole, is a good keeper, a good backup keeper. Jack says you can take a loss if you can see the team put in a fight and effort. If they play rubbish and they lose, there's no excuse, no matter who you're playing. Completely agree. Fight, spirit, that's what we want today from our team. We know that technically we're nowhere near as good as Liverpool, which is why I'm saying we should be battered today. We should be battered today. But if we show a bit of fight, a bit of spirit, press, do not let Liverpool settle on the ball. It could be a different story. It could be a different story. Right, I have got football very shortly. So I'm going to give you my prediction. Join in with the chat. Let me know what you guys think. And I might have egg on my face for this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 United win. I think we're going to nick it towards the end. I think it's going to be a tight game. Nervy. We need a bit of luck. We need a bit of luck to go with it as well. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win. Ramian is saying 2-0 to Liverpool. Thunderhawk Gaming says 1-0 to United. Jack's laughing at my win. I've got to be confident. Jack in United. I know I'll be regretting this after. I know I will, but I'm not going to bet against my team. Josh says 0-0 draw. I think there'll be goals. Maybe only from Liverpool, but there'll be goals. 3-0 to Liverpool. 6-0 to Liverpool. Please do not happen. I hope that does not happen. What makes everyone think that we can produce something today after saying for the past times that these players can't be trusted? High hopes for massive disappointments. Yeah, I'm constantly having high hopes and being massively disappointed. I agree with that. I think that's part and parcel of being a United fan right now. I can't bet against my team. I literally cannot bet against the team. Liverpool on paper should batter us, but I'm just hoping that we have a bit of luck today. And like I say, we just nick it. But I know I might look a mug for saying that. 1-1, 2-0 to Liverpool, 5-2 to Liverpool. A lot of people are predicting a lot of goals. 4-0 to Liverpool, 3-0 to Liverpool, 2-1 to Liverpool. So on the whole, a lot of people thinking United are going to lose. I don't know what it is about these rivalries. I just have a niggling feeling that something might just happen. And like you said in that comment there, high hopes and then massively disappointed. I'm just hoping that isn't right today. But we shall see. One thing I want to touch on as well, of course, United Liverpool today, but there's another massive derby today. Man United ladies, of course. So the women are playing against City women. Big game there. I thought in the first game of the season, to be fair, although United lost, I thought we showed signs. We played really well. Massive result last weekend, and I'm thinking United are going to nick it today. United at home, of course. So for that one, I'm going to say United ladies are going to win, and I'm going to say 2-1 again in favour of United for that one. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that one first because that is a big game, and let's face it, at the moment, the only joy coming from Manchester United is from the women's team, and so yeah, I think they're gonna nick it today against City, which will be a massive result in terms of women's football as well. Good luck to the ladies team, and obviously Natalie and that. I'm sure the Barmy Arm will be there cheering them on. So come on, ladies, do it for United. Axel or Lindelof for me. I thought Axel played fantastic last few times he's played, to be honest with you. I would keep Axel in, but I've got a feeling Lindelof is going to come straight back in and get his place back. Lindelof, for me, I think he's lacking a bit of confidence, but for me, physically, he struggles. But physically today against Firmino, it's not the type of game where he's going to get bullied. I think he reads the game well. Obviously good on the ball. So I wouldn't moan too much if Lindelof was put in, but genuinely, I think that Tuanzebe should keep his place. But I don't expect that to happen. If Tuanzebe does play, he may play a fullback again, but that obviously is in his position as well. Duckett says, good luck in my game. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We've got Leamington today at home. Fingers crossed that we get a win there. Hopefully wins across the board for me today, but I've got at least to my bit. If United can't do theirs, I've got to do my bit anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I am going to have a regular schedule. I am back on my videos. I'm back on the grind. This new job has been killing me. It's been holding me back a bit, but I'm not going to let it happen. YouTube is what I want to do. And so I'm going to make sure I've got regular videos going on. And Megan, who you've seen in the comments, is going to be coming on my channel as well and featuring quite a lot. And we're going to get a lot of content out regarding women's football, football in general. And yeah, maybe some little random topics in there as well. On and off the pitch says, what is your job? I work in a school. I'm head of year 10 now, which is why I've been so tired lately. But I promise you, this week, content is going to be back. FIFA 20 versus subscribers is definitely going to be on. My PlayStation at the minute is on the way out, which is why I haven't been able to do that yet. I haven't just been palming it off. I'm getting a new PlayStation, and then that will be happening, definitely. Rodney, obviously, is on and off the pitch. Make sure you go and check out his channel as well. Go and subscribe there. Fantastic content going up. And again, I'll get Rodney on the channel as well. But thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I feel a bit nervous, not going to lie. I feel a bit nervous. I need to go and bang some goals in and then watch United against Liverpool. And good luck to the women as well today. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already, please go and sub. Obviously, I appreciate it. Drop a like on the video. Drop a comment. And if I haven't managed to answer you in the chat, I'll answer you on the comments. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Cheers.